It's the year 2025, and as someone living in the United States, things have been tough, no doubt. Aside from that, I'm an adult now. I've got adult responsibilities to think about. College, my social life, job applications, and even with the schedule, there's no telling when I wake up in the morning what the coming day will hold. It's scary when your life is so constantly inconsistent. I feel like those around me see me as calm, collected, and organized, but in reality, there's way more going on, and sometimes it just feels out of control. To combat this feeling, I like to implement a sort of constant into my day, and aside from my very dignified, very mature, very healthful daily lunch of pizza rolls and dino nuggies, I accomplish this through the New York Times' daily Wordle puzzle. Now, I attribute this to the New York Times, however, the game was created by the hands of one Josh Wordle, who began prototyping the game all the way back in 2013 under the name, get this, Mr. Bug's Wordy Nugs. The game was initially inspired by the color matching mechanics of a board game called Mastermind, which itself is derived from a pencil and paper game called Bulls and Cows, or for your Nintendo folk, Hit and Blow. I swear, it's in Clubhouse Games, it's not a euphemism. Now, this early prototype would initially contain about 13,000 5-letter words. That is, every 5-letter word in the English language. However, after experiencing some difficulty with more obscure words, he and his partner, Palak Shah, narrowed the game down to around 2,000 more recognizable, yet still at times challenging words. Wordle lost interest in the project by 2014 and wouldn't pick it back up again until 2020 with the outbreak of the lupus and the sort, when he noticed his partner taking enjoyment in some of the New York Times' word games. By January 2021, the game was published online under the objectively inferior title Wordle and would go viral in the latter half of that year. In early 2022, the New York Times bought Wordle from Wordle for, quote, an undisclosed price in the low 7 figures, and yeah, I'd sell it too for that price. Enough with the history and on with the game. The premise truly couldn't be simpler. Every day until the end of time, you're given a random 5-letter word to guess. If a letter is gray, it's out. If it's yellow, it's there, but misplaced. And if it's green, then bingo, you're right on the money. It's ridiculously simple, but undeniably addicting. Literally. I am the subject of a Wordle addiction, but you get one puzzle a day, and that's it. And what's worse, I think I'm suffering from withdrawal. I need that buzz. I need that simple puzzle format to keep me going in the morning. I need more Wordle, and I don't... there are... Go to Google and search Wordle games, and you'll find a whole slew of games with similar premises, mechanics, and formats. There are way too many out there to count, but I've found a handful that'll satisfy the urge. That's right, these games are the Nicorette of Wordle. Wordle is a fun one. You get a picture of a country, and you have to try and guess which one it is. If your guess is wrong, it'll give you a hint showing you how far away you are from the correct answer. It's pretty fun until you forget about Belarus. I do like geography. I got a C- in high school geography. I know what I'm talking about. Too bad they didn't tell us about Belarus. Another one of the main Wordle type games that I see is Dordle, or Durdle, I'm not sure about the pronunciation. But in this one, you have to guess 2 words at once. It's an interesting concept. You get a couple more guesses, and you have to find the answers to both, using only 1 word for each guess across the 2. Once you get one, you can home in on the other. It's different, but it's not too different to be alienating from Wordle. If these others are the Nicorette of Wordle, this is the nicotine patch. It's neat. What isn't neat is Quordle, which is a version of the game brought to you by none other than Merriam-Webster. Now, as far as companies who I trust to make a fun variant on a popular word puzzle go, Merriam-Webster is pretty high up there, but it seems my judgment was misplaced. Yeah, when you take it up to 4, it becomes a contender for the definition of a bit much. Gameplay-wise, it's similar to Dordle, just with 4 words instead of 2, and 9 guesses instead of 7. But even with 9 guesses, that barely gives you any space to focus on any one word, and I always end up solving, like, 2 of them. What can I say, I'm a Dordle diehard. Now, I will say it's well made, and Merriam-Webster did make another version called Octourdle with 8 words. Oh, I know I look like a serious addict, I'm a casual at best, 8 words too far. On a different note, pun absolutely intended, is Hurdle. In this game, you get a small snippet of a song to listen to, which increases in length with every guess. If you're still with us, you can probably deduce that your goal here is to guess the name of the song. As someone who is not by any means well versed in popular music, this is hell. I really love the concept here, it's just, I don't think I listen to music that normal humans listen to. After 2 minutes, a greeting from Facebook, and definitely not me looking it up, I deciphered that it was You're So Gay by Katy Perry. Truly, the song of the century. Moving on. Absurdle. True to the name, I don't get this one. After 8 seconds of research, I figured out that unlike Wordle, where a predetermined word is selected for you to guess, in Absurdle, you guess as much as you want, and it'll algorithmically select a word based off of your guesses as you go on. Why? It's definitely different, but it's interesting. I find it's easier to start using as many words as you can to weed out as many letters as possible, and then home in on the word when you have most or all of the letters figured out. It's a fun one. It's truly the most absurd one on this list, perhaps the most absurd Wordle game out there. Except... oh, God. Is my addiction truly this harrowing? I could push away Octourdle with ease, but am I really gonna stoop down to that level? I think I have to. For the sake of the people, for the sake of Wordle addicts everywhere, I can't sacrifice my dignity and chicken out now. It's... Rule 34-dle. What is Rule 34-dle? It's my favorite Wordle game based off of my favorite art website. Rule 34-dle is a game that you play. If you're looking for buttons to press, this is the place to be. And don't even get me started on the fact that images are present. You get 2 characters and you have to guess which between the 2 has the most fan art created of them on the website. Pikachu having more than Mary Makanami? That was unexpected, but Toy Bonnie having more than Delia Ketchum? I mean, that's just a given. You suffer through that 10 times, and then you get to know the damage. Thank Christ I played this game. You know, I think I might be cured. After stepping to this absolute low, seeing how bad it can get, I think I'm off the stuff. I can go back to simple crosswords and Sudoku, maybe have a nice healthy lunch. I don't need Wordle anymore. And for all you Wordle addicts out there, just know, it's never too late to quit. But while I'm happy I beat my addiction, something still irks me. I got 5 out of 10 on Rule 34-dle, and I'm really not sure what that says about me as a person.